Hey guys, and for today's video we're going to be doing 2 looks using the new Ensley Reign Underland palette. But before we get started, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts are on this palette. Do you guys like the grungy tones? Are you not feeling it? Let me know down below. I got unbelievably excited after I saw the color story of this palette, just because I personally feel that black is the color of my soul. I love these deep, grungy type of tones. I think they are absolutely stunning. And if you've been watching me for a minute, you know that that shade right there is calling to me. I will absolutely be using that today. I personally think that Ensley Reign makes some of the absolute most beautiful, beautiful shimmer shades in the indie makeup game. Definitely among some of my absolute favorites. And I definitely feel that they have some of the most unique color stories. When it comes to a lot of their makeup palettes, a lot of them, I don't know, they're just, I think they're extremely cohesive the way that they color coordinate all of their palettes. So this is going to be the Underland palette. I think we can all see that it's kind of inspired from Alice in Wonderland. And it says, experience 8 high-impact shimmers, including multichromes, holochromes, duochromes, and metallics in a variety of textures and finishes, alongside 7 wickedly pigmented and blendable mattes in a haunting mix spanning from charcoal blues, grungy green tones to dramatic reds, muted purples, and a whimsical pop of holochromatic pink. When I swatched these, they swatched incredibly well, especially that white shade, which I was very surprised about, and it was definitely a buildable formula. And then something that Ensley Reign did with this particular palette that I've not seen them do in any of their other palettes is that over the shimmer shades, they actually had little pieces of styrofoam covering them, I would assume, so that they don't break. So I really like that because I find that a lot of the indie shades are pressed really lightly, so a lot of them tend to break. So I thought that that was quite ingenious. But I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys on in. I'm going to do my brows and my eye base, and we'll get this party started. You know, something that I think really kind of drew me to this palette is just how different I feel that this palette is from some of the other things that they've done. A lot of their previous launches are very kind of that whimsical type of feel to the palette. And I feel that this is still kind of holding up to that type of vibe, but in just a very grungy and dark way. So I feel like it's definitely different from the brand, and I really like when brands do that and they kind of do something that's a little different from what they normally do. I know that grungy tones are not for everybody, but I do really like when brands kind of curate all of their palettes to different tastes. I think they would absolutely crush like a neutral palette, especially with these beautiful shimmers. I know that I'm a little late to the game on reviewing this. I just haven't had time, and I had some other stuff that I just wanted to get up first, but I absolutely love eyeshadow palettes, so I wanted to do a review anyways. So I'm gonna do probably a very kind of dark grungy look today. I'd really like to use some of the reds, greens, and probably the gold as well, and I'll do kind of the lighter shimmers tomorrow because that red is absolutely calling to me. So I think to start with, I'm going to put the darkest shade all over my lid, and that's going to be this really pretty shade up here in the corner, and this is called Nonsense, and I'm just going to pack that all over the lid. There is some kick up in the pan. How do you guys feel about grungy tone palettes? Is that your thing? Are you not into it? Something I will say about this palette is I definitely think that this would do well on people with deeper skin tones because it's kind of more of that mid to deeper tone palettes for anyone out there with light skin. You can always dip into other palettes or just try to not go into shades as harshly and try to build them up, and that way you can blend them out a little bit. Or something that I like to do is I'll take setting powder and blend it out if I don't have another shade. The shade's laying down really nicely. Just little spoiler alert, there probably will be some slight bias in this video simply because this has become one of my absolute favorite brands in makeup, specifically for eyeshadows. Now, I'm not going to worry if that's a little patchy just simply because it's going to be covered with shimmers anyways. I love laying down darker bases to really make those shimmers kind of... So let me grab another brush, and I think to blend that shade out, I'm going to go in to this shade right here, and this is called Wicked Rose. Really beautiful cranberry shade. Something that I do also to kind of blend out my shadows towards the top of my brow is I'll put more pressure toward where the darker area is, and then as I start to go up, I decrease the amount of pressure that I put on the brush. And then that way, whatever excess product is left on your brush from blending is kind of dispersed and feathered out. All right, well, I think that blended really nicely, at least in person it did. Just because I do want to try it, I do want to go into the white shade in here and just see how it lays down. So this one right here, and this is called Twisted Rabbit. I'm just going to start with a little bit because this was pretty pigmented, at least when I swatched it. I'm actually kind of glad that they added a white in this palette just to kind of help lighten up some of these shades in here, just because it is mostly a mid to deeper tone palette. That definitely has some nice pigment to it. I think I'll use this as my inner corner and my brow bone highlight as well today. I'm going to add in just a little bit of that Wicked Rose back in too. All right, so like I said, I will be covering up the darker shade with some shimmers. And so the very first one that I'm going to go in with is this one down here, and this is called Shadowland. And change of plans, I'm going to skip the green for this particular look. I'm going to put this shade on the inner and outer corners. Absolutely love the shimmers in that one. That's just really, really beautiful. And now the shade that I'm the most excited for, this absolutely gorgeous one right here. So properly named the Red Queen. And I'm just going to put that over the rest of my lid. Stunning. Oh, God, that's beautiful. All right, and then the last shade that I'm going to go in with to plop right in the center is going to be this gold shade right here, this kind of golden orange shade. And this is called Surreal. I'm just going to take a little bit of that and plop it right in the center. Ooh, that's really pretty, especially layered on top of that shade. It's like a fiery type of orange shade layered on top. I'm in love. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup and do the other eye off camera, and we'll come back and we'll do the lower lash line. All right, I'm back. I've done most of the rest of my makeup, and I did actually forget that I bought the black lip oil, or the black lip gloss that came with this, and this is called Off With Their Head, so I am going to be trying that out in just a moment. All right, for the lower lash line, I think that I'm going to use both of the green shades in here. So first I'm going to lay down this matte shade called Hallucination, and then I'm going to lay down this one on top of it called Chaos. I'm very happy with how this looks so far. It's a really pretty green. I really like that. So next I'm going to go in with that Chaos shade. I'm going to pick it up on a flat brush and I am going to spray it, and then we're going to lay that right on top. Just a nice little touch of shimmer. Right, and then to finish up, I'm going to go in with that white shade, and I'm going to use that as my brow bone highlight as well as for the inner corner. I actually really like using matte whites for an inner corner highlight. Let me go ahead and finish off the other eye, and I'll be right back. All right, I accidentally got a little bit of mascara right there underneath my eye, so I'll fix that up in just a minute. So next I'm going to go ahead and try that really beautiful black lip gloss. So let's see. I've never tried any of their lip products before. Don't really have a scent. Ooh, I really like that. I'm going to try it by itself first just because I want to see what it looks like. Honestly, I really like that by itself. I think that looks really kind of cool. Even though it's black, it almost has like a plum kind of undertone to it. And I really like that. I would absolutely wear this by itself. This is going to be the final look number 1. And I think y'all already know what my thoughts are. But I really love how this turned out. Again, the red is just chef's kiss, absolute perfection. Really love the green. I'm very surprised at how well the dark shade blended out on its own. I think it blended out really, really easily with that other red shade. Then the white, I do love the fact that it was buildable. I think that that shade is really going to help if you're interested in this palette, but you may have a little bit of trouble blending. I think that shade will definitely help out with that. So definitely going to be giving this look 2 thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow, or for you guys in a couple seconds, for look number 2. All right, you guys, and we are back today for look number 2. I've done all of my makeup except for the eyes and the lips. I'm still trying to decide what lip we're going to do for today. Diving back into the Underland palette. Today we're going to be playing with some of these blues down here at the bottom. So I think the first shade that I'm going to go in with is going to be this shade right here. And this is called Dreadful Dreams. And I'm just going to lay that all in my crease. Shade is buildable. Okay, that shade laid down really nicely. It is a very buildable shade, so just dip in once and slowly build up the color. I'll blend it out here with that white in just a second. The next shade that I'm going to go in with in the outer corner is going to be this lower corner shade right here. And this is called Rabbit Hole. There is some fallout with these shades right under here, but it's nothing too major. It can just be brushed away with a brush. And then I'm going to go into that white shade and I'm going to blend out that first blue shade that I used. Those shades laid down really nicely. I'm going to go ahead and lay down some glitter primer and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm going to go in with 3 of the shimmers, and the very first one that I'm going to go in with is this really pretty, it's like a red to a blue duo shift, and that's called Jabberwocky. I'm going to put that right next to the blue shade I just laid down. This has like a bluish red kind of shift to it. That's really pretty. It also has a slight shift to orange. That's really, really pretty. God, I love Ensley Reign. Such good quality shadows. All right, then the next shade that I'm going to go into, these last two I'm the most excited for, is going to be this top one right here, and this is called Wicked Wildflowers. And I do believe that this is a holochrome shade. There's like white, pink, green, and orange. This one is a little bit flakier than other ones, so that's also why I laid down the glitter primer. That is beautiful. I swear, palettes like this just get me so excited to do my makeup. The colors are just absolutely beautiful. And the very last one that I'm going to go in with is this gorgeous holochrome right here, and this is called Shatter Looking Glass. I absolutely love that. I think that is just so pretty, especially that inner corner shade. You can definitely tell in person that that is a holochrome shade. Very, very happy with how that looks. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish off the other eye off camera, do my mascara, and then we'll come back and do the lower lash line and the lips. All right, now we're going to finish off the lower lash line. And I think for that, I'm going to go into this purple shade right here. And this is called Cheshire's Curse. I don't want to go in too dark, so I'm going to tap some of that off. And then for the inner corner, I'm just going to go back in with the white. So I kind of wanted to do a brown lip with this. I don't know exactly how this is going to look, but I'm going to go in with the new Glam Light Halloween lip kit, except instead of the gloss that came with that one, I'm going to go in with the Ensley Reign gloss. So it's like a dark brown. This lipstick shade is absolutely not flattering on me on its own, but I think this might look nice with this black lip gloss. Okay, now I'm going to go in with that gloss, because yeah, this by itself is, I don't think flattering on me whatsoever. Alright you guys, and this is the completed look number 2. I am very pleased with how this look turned out. I don't know, those just inner corner shades, the holochromes are just absolutely gorgeous. And I'm really liking this black lip gloss. I could definitely pair this with a lot of lipsticks that I personally like to wear. So yeah, let me go ahead and zoom you guys on out and I'll give you guys my final thoughts and opinions on the Ensley Reign Underland palette. Alright you guys, so the Ensley Reign Underland palette, 100% getting 2 very biased thumbs up for me. Same incredible Ensley Reign quality on both the mattes and the shimmers. I absolutely love this color story. I love, 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 love. Grungy tone eyeshadows. This red shade up here is gorgeous, and these 2 shades right here in particular, absolutely stunning. Especially in person where you can really see like that holochrome shift. The mattes blended out really nicely on both looks. I personally like to lay down glitter primer for most of my shadows, but particularly my indie brands, just because a lot of their shimmers and their foils tend to be a little bit on the flakier side. So if you don't want stuff falling into your eyes, I do recommend a primer really only for that reason. And then again, this lip gloss, absolutely love it. I know this is not for everybody, but it definitely is for me. Again, love the grungy tones. If you guys have never ever tried Ensley Reign, I highly, highly, highly recommend checking them out. They are absolutely one of the best indie brands I have ever tried, and I'm so happy to be adding this to my ever-growing Ensley Reign collection. So yeah guys, thank you for watching another one of my videos today. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because I do upload between 3 to 5 times every single week, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys!